It's weekdays with Andrew Roberts. They go the Foo Fighters and Learn to Fly, something that I'd like to do. Nah, I can't even drive properly. Anyway, it's 18 past 11 and it's time to peek inside with Craig Heppel from the Ulverston Real Estate. G'day, mate.
G'day, Andrew. Yeah, I don't mind a bit of Foo Fighters, but I can't fly.
I tell you what, there's something going on in Windy where you can actually pay $120 and learn to fly. And you get a video of it.
No, that's what birds are for.
Fair enough. Mate, what's happening inside this week?
Well, the question today, or the statement is, the market's crashing. Well, is it? So, as you may or may not know, the best barometer of the health of the property market is buyer activity and how long properties are on the market.
Right.
Now, I'm in the trenches every day, monitoring inquiry rates, responding to and talking to buyers, getting feedback, fielding offers, getting a real feel for how they are behaving based on the greed or fear factor.
Right.
Now, as we speak, buyers are neither greedy or fearful. They're actually balanced in the middle and driven by one thing: value.
It sounds like greediness.
Well, no, they're not as greedy anymore because they're not crawling over each other to jump on homes. They're waiting for properties to make sure that properties represent good value.
Right.
So it sort of sits in the middle. And but however, there's a few buyers, not many, but enough to annoy me, who think that the market is in free fall as we speak, and they're throwing in offers of 25% below asking price. And now, if the market was a 100-metre foot race, these bargain hunters, they'd be disqualified for a false start a full 2 seconds before the gun went off.
Sounds pretty, yeah.
So we're a long way off from free fall, and here's why.
Right.
It looks as though there may be a considerable pause by the RBA on raising interest rates because inflation looks like it's plateauing, even falling. Macquarie Bank earlier this week dropped their interest rates on the 3, 4 and 5 year new fixed rate mortgages. Other banks may follow suit. Australia-wide, property prices have plateaued. Now, that began around June 2022 after the first interest rate rise. And there's been a collective rise in prices of about 1.8% over the last 12 months. So it's nowhere near falling off a cliff of 25% plus.
Now, Craig, I must say that prices from the mainland are different hit in Tassie.
Oh, look, it's a different set of circumstances everywhere. However, in general, prices have remained steady. In some places, they've fallen off a bit. In some places, there's been slight rises. But you take a holistic view of Australia, including Tassie, it's been very, very steady over the last 12 months.
Okay.
So here in Tassie, the increase in population over the last 4 to 5 years has really helped maintain property prices. Now, do you know what the current population of Tassie is, Andrew?
I wouldn't. They say around about just over 500,000.
Mate, as of now, it's 573,000.
Right.
That's an increase of about 50,000 in the last 5 years.
It's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. That's a 10% increase in a population of a state. That's amazing. So that's what's helped to keep initially prices rising and now prices stable.
Right,
So,
okay.
However, there is still a small group of homeowners still suffering from what I term the hot market hangover. And they may think that the pre-June 2022 conditions still apply. Sadly, they don't. But some pundits, we'll call them the so-called experts, have deemed that the minuscule rise in property price over the last few months is a recovery. Look, I'm sorry to say, boys and girls, it's been more of a stabilisation. And that's not a bad thing, but something that had to happen, and it did. So one of the behaviours that's very noticeable with buyers is a shift towards quality. Now, they're rejecting homes that may need substantial work, might be poorly presented, or located where deficiencies, we'll call them, may prevail, such as power lines or sitting on a main road. But the vendors still want a premium move-in ready price.
What
now,
is
these
this?
properties
Craig,
These are
what
prop-
Craig,
Go on,
what
mate.
is the minimum price for a home here on the northwest coast? What's the average price?
All right, I'll give you a couple of quick median prices.
Right.
Devonport's around the 460. Ulverston's around the 470. West Ulverston's around 450. Penguin is around 600. They've got a higher median price. So the most, I suppose, the most popular price bracket at the moment is that 400 to 600 range.
Right.
That's where the bulk of buyers seem to sit.
Sounds pretty good though, compared to pre-pandemic.
Oh, pre-pandemic and when the pandemic hit, everyone thought prices would go through the floor. But as of August 2020, they actually headed north with a rocket. So most of the price growth we've seen, and which is now stabilised, kicked off in around August 2020 and slowed up around June 2022. So it was a very solid 2 years of price growth.
Right.
So going back to, vendors still wanting premiums for properties that may have issues or may need work, they're the properties that are sitting on the market longer.
Right.
So in short, realistic sellers are attracting realistic buyers. So in summary, is the market crashing? It's a resounding no from me.
Right.
And those bargain hunters, they may have to sit out for a few years before there's any signs of a significant correction.
Well, I tell you what, it's a think game here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's what people feel and think.
Right. Now, you got some houses of the week. What are they?
We've got 3 open homes this week,
Mm-hmm.
cracking homes, and I'll quickly describe them. 42 Eastland Drive, Ulverston, an absolutely gorgeous Federation home on 1,800 square metres. That's nearly half an acre. 3-bed, 1 bath, but a big home. It's around about 180 square metres under roof. It is a showstopper. That's open at 11 o'clock on Saturday. Price guide high 500s. 9 Pindari Court, West Ulverston. First home buyers and investors, you better start your engines on this one. A beautifully put together, renovated 3-bed, 1 bath home. Space for a shed at the back. Access to the backyard. Brand new kitchen. Carpeted, beautiful carpet throughout. And that's in the low 400s. That's going to be open at 1 o'clock on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
That's one for the bargain hunters. And 643 Fourth Road, absolute charm in the heart of the village there in Forth. Historic home, 5-bed, 2.5 bath on 1,200 square metres, opposite the pub. It is an absolute beauty. Original building was around the mid-1800s, but it's very well put together and very spacious. That's a mid-700s, and that's open for inspection 12 midday Saturday.
Well, I tell you what, sounds pretty good there, Craig.
Yeah, we've got some great stock.
Okay then, Craig, thanks for your time this morning.
No, thank you, Andrew. Look forward to talking to you again.
Fantastic. We'll talk to you again. That is Craig Heppel from the Ulverston Real Estate. Of course, he's got open houses this week. 42 Eastland Drive in Ulverston, 11am. 9 Pindari Court in West Ulverston at 1pm. And 643 Fourth Road, 4th at 12pm. Of course, that's opposite the pub. That's all open. Ulverston Real Estate. Give them a call right now. 0400 180 515. It's 27 past 11. It is Weekdays with Andrew Roberts. Coming up, we've got the Bee Gees and Bonnie Tyler.